There we go, and you're on.
Hi, welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. Oh, Lucille, you're too funny. It's hilarious, really. Today, I'm Elizabeth. Welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. We're having too much fun and talking too much before the show even started, so we have to start now. What I want to talk about today are some basics of losing weight, but also your emotional stability that will cause you sometimes to go off the reservation, go, right? Something like that. You can laugh out loud.
To wander.
Well, you can, right into the refrigerator, right into the cabinets.
Yes.
It's so simple to do when you get aggravated. And, I heard that one lady told me today that the reason she gained weight was because the weather was bad. No, what really got the better of her?
She was bored.
Boredom.
Boredom, yes, her
Lack
emotional
of things to do and
lack of things to do. Couldn't get out in the garden. Really very frustrated. She was
Stuck in the house.
frustrated. So, and then she had all that Easter candy left over. So, I know. One of the ladies was very frustrated, but she lost 3 pounds this week. So she wasn't as frustrated. And she told me, and this was the best thing I've heard all week, is that she had ice cream from Easter and she couldn't stay out of it. So she threw it away.
Good girl.
wow.
Now, I am not for wasting food, but that's just, you're just asking for trouble having ice cream in the house. Unless somebody else is absolutely intent on having it, and hopefully they'll just get some kind of ice cream you don't like, which ice cream is that?
Strawberry.
Yeah.
You have to get pistachio because I'm allergic to pistachios.
Oh, perfect. See, that's the thing about losing weight that's really cool in a way. Whatever affects you in a negative way, like sugar affects me in a negative way, or greasy food affects me in a negative way, it's a positive because sugar and fat, deep fried food, delicious as it is really, so bad for you, and it makes me sick. So it's a blessing. So you're right. Pistachio ice cream out the door. Let everybody in the house have all they want. So let's start with less sugar. You're sweet enough already. I don't know about you guys, but no, just kidding. Really, honestly, think about it. How much sugar have you had since the holiday? No sugar.
Probably none.
Really good.
Very little.
Very little, right?
Yeah.
Quiet girl.
My holiday, I'm pretty much stable year round with my sugar. It doesn't go really up with the holidays.
Yeah. See, I have a lot of trouble with those desserts,
Well-
but boy, do they make me sick.
I lied. I
Oh.
did have too much pie at Christmas.
Oh.
So no, I've had pie twice since then, but just
Just little bits.
yeah.
There's really a great little recipe for like mini pies. You could use the old egg roll wrappers and the Comstock sugar-free pie filling, and you just put it in a muffin tin, and then you just put the pie filling in, and it's really like 30 calories or something.
I couldn't find that. I've been looking for
The
it.
Comstock sugar-free, I know they had it at ShopRite.
All right, I'll check again.
And then you just put over the tops, and there you go. Bake it in the oven. I don't really like the cherry one.
Okay.
The cherry one is really not that good, but the apple one's pretty tasty. Of course, you could probably put apple
Yeah.
cinnamon, a little tiny bit of cornstarch. I don't know how you make apple pie, but I'm sure you could figure some little thing out. There's tons of things you can put in those. So less sugar is just really already a good start. I like the idea of that, and I feel better about it. Eat more green things. Well, that is really working out really well for me because I am putting, the base is all vegetables on my plate. It's like a layer of vegetables, and then whatever goes on top of it has no room to, so if I want pasta, it's a plate of broccoli with a lot of pasta. A cup. I actually measured it this week. I put a cup and left it right in the bowl. So when I wanted some pasta with the broccoli, I could just take it right out. Have you done anything
Good
like
idea.
that?
No, I've just been avoiding pasta.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I never avoided pasta or carbs unless I was, doing some low carb thing, which was ineffective for me. But some people just feel better not having carbs. So, that depends on you. But I would be lost without some of these things. And then the other thing is, the spaghetti squash. No, I learned a new way to do spaghetti squash that's really seems easy if you are careful with your fingers. Yeah, right. I'm always scared to death of that. If you slice the spaghetti squash into like about that thick, and then you hold it up, it looks like a donut, and you just scrape out the inside, which is where all the seeds are, and just throw that away. Then put them on the cookie sheet and put a little tiny bit of olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, whatever your little heart desires. Lay them all out there. Let them cook until they're soft, and then you can just hold the thing up over a bowl and go like that, and it comes right out. I love it when they show it to you instead of, there's a picture, and then they tell you to do it, like I'm doing right now, but they tell you to do it, and you're going to yourself, yeah, how would that work? And then you see how it works. It's so effective to be able to see that. And in a couple of weeks, I'm hoping we can do some cooking, not cooking here, but some of those little tricks. You bring your little tricks, I'll bring my little tricks. So, okay, here's one of the things I think. Do you ever get anybody that's just honestly so sour? Maybe a TSA agent or a bank teller or somebody at a grocery store, and they don't even look at you or have eye contact, or you know what I mean. It's really horrible. So I had a TSA agent. Oh my goodness, she was sour. Now most of them are really pretty nice, but this particular woman, and she was really sadly unattractive. I know, and I wanted to not have trouble with her, and I wanted to get through the line and get it all done and everything. And I really looked hard to see what I could find about her that was pleasant. Since, if you have a scowl on your face, you're not going to look attractive, right? And I finally said, those are the nicest glasses I've ever seen. Where did you get those? Oh my goodness, what a change in attitude toward me. Completely. Go ahead. She practically walked me through the thing. You know what I mean? It made such a difference to her, and then it made a difference to me. Of course, then I was going, oh, you're such a nice woman. Well, when you do nice things for someone, or you're a good soul, and you do something, really honestly, if you figure out how it affects you, you're really doing it a lot for yourself. Did you ever notice that you might see, if you make somebody's day, aren't you affected by it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel better.
Yeah.
You feel
Yep.
better.
Yeah.
So, and naturally they feel better. Like if you can't find anything nice, say, I love that color on you. It's so simple to do that. Now, these are strangers. Like, I wouldn't do that with my regular friends. These are people that I just they're at the store, or, they're trying, need them to help me. And I need them to be pleasant with me. Because, it'll ruin my day if somebody is unpleasant. So I have to somehow pull them up by saying something nice. Have you ever done that?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, of course.
Yeah. For the most part,
Lucy
it works.
says, no, I never did that.
Yeah.
It's a good piece of advice.
It is.
It is, because really for your own benefit, no matter where you are. If I'm in the store and I need to find something, and you know how they'll say, oh, it's over in aisle 6, and you're like going, I was in aisle 6 for an hour, then you could find something. I will even say stuff to strangers, though. Like I'll say something in the gym. I'll say, that is the most beautiful head of hair. And I will walk right past that person as I say it, because I don't want them to think anything except for that I think they have great hair. So if you don't hold a compliment back, That's what I'm trying to say. Never, if you can find something nice to say to somebody, you should absolutely say it. And then this makes you feel better. And then when you feel better, you don't raid the refrigerator or cabinets. All this comes down to weight loss. Drink more water. You know, your body is 55% water. Do you think you drink enough water? Which makes me immediately thirsty.
I don't. I
Do you
don't.
drink tea or coffee or
A couple of cups of coffee a day.
and nothing else?
Almost no water.
Oh, you have to start drinking water. This is the thing that a lot of ladies are doing, and it's really very effective. Having lemon water by their bed, first thing in the morning, drink it down. It's the best thing you could do. Do you do that?
No, but I know that you're supposed to. But I drink so much water during the day.
It's something about the lemon.
Yeah.
It's something about the lemon first thing in the morning. I don't know what it is, but if it's just by your bedside, it could be 4 ounces. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be like you're taking medicine. It has to be like you can just slug it down, and somehow it gets everything going, gets your metabolism going. Oh, this is what they say. I'm just going by, but the effectiveness of it is amazing. The ladies that continue to do that continue with weight loss. You know, because what does it do for you beside, putting lemon in your mouth? It starts your day with awareness. Now I'm aware of what I'm doing. This is going to be a good day. I just had my lemon water. It's just one of the things that they say is you need to talk to yourself. Now, I talk to myself, but don't you think that would be really, and not in a mean way? Because a lot of people will talk mean to themselves. And that's terrible. You have to immediately stop that conversation. Tell that person to go away. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too negative.
Too negative. You can't. There's enough negativity in the world without you going off on yourself. That whole same loop of why did I do this? Why am I like that? Why can't I? Well, let's fix that then. I understand if you have some sort of emotional health problem or you're physically sick, then, all bets are off. But if it's just you being mean to yourself, which is really easy to do, you're like berating yourself. So we should really stop doing that. I don't know, give yourself a break.
That's a self-esteem issue.
Yes.
You don't feel good about yourself. Yeah.
And
So
then you make
put
yourself
down.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't help at all.
No.
You're better off not saying anything to yourself about yourself.
Yeah, right. I will, when I'm doing, start that, I'll go, no. It's like, be gone.
Yep.
I like my nails today. You know what I mean? I'll just try to find something positive.
Yes.
Because it can happen. I've learned in life that expectations, you should really hold your expectations a little lower. If something good happens, then that's great. I'm not saying you should, look forward to happy times or something like that. I'm not saying you should be all dour and miserable. But if you expect things from people or, that could happen but maybe not, you are just setting yourself up for disappointment. And disappointment, again, where does it lead you?
To the pig out mode.
To the pig out mode.
Well, I think that the best thing to do is while you're drinking that water with the lemon first thing in the morning, get into the habit of keeping a gratitude diary and
That's a
write
good
down
idea.
a couple things or one thing that you're really happy about and or grateful for.
And then you could look at this. Even if that morning you can't think of one thing, you have it to look at. I am so about having a diary, which could also, be your journal. It will help you in so many ways, just knowing that. So that's a gratitude diary. Is that what it's
It's
called?
amazing what it does for your
That's a
brain.
great idea.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
I haven't been, religious about keeping mine, but I was it really perked up my day to think. And
Sure.
it can be the littlest things.
And it could
Like,
be the littlest thing.
I can put a shoe on today, and it is walking.
That's right.
You know, that's really true. When some people that I work with can't walk well, or have can't go to the gym because of problems and all of that, I am so grateful that I can do that. So yeah, that's a really good idea, because generally speaking, now here's the thing that I don't like. You'll see this on Facebook or Pinterest or any one of those things. You'll get it in an email where it'll say, "Buck up, buttercup. Things could get worse," right? Yeah, some people can't buck up because their thing is worse. You know, they're sick or they're suffering. You know what I mean? And I don't want anyone to think that you can always just make it. You can always, it says, like here, just smile. Well, I think that's a great idea, but sometimes even smiling is difficult. And we shouldn't expect that, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Because when you're going through a rough time and you may lament to a friend or something, and they're saying, "Oh, buck up, here's this saying, yeah, that doesn't work,
No, it's like saying, things could be worse, and sometimes at that moment they can't see beyond what they're in at that
and
moment.
things could be worse. Seems like the worst thing you could say.
Yeah.
Right, and then they'll tell you things could be worse. You could be Joe Blow down the street who blah, 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 blah. That's what I
Right.
got today.
Oh.
Oh, lady, she's an arm, leg, but oh my God. I said, oh, no. We can't start this meeting with that conversation. It was so sad and horrible. And I was going to myself, no. We're talking about like getting in our heads and trying to make ourselves feel better if it's possible. Remember, that's the thing. But things could be worse. Really. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kindness.
Yeah, that expression, when I've used it on some of my friends who've been at low points, it does not work.
No, it doesn't.
It
It's
doesn't.
such a thing you've heard all your life, and it
Yeah.
doesn't really mean
Yeah,
anything.
yeah,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And it just is more depressing.
yeah.
And then the other part is also being compared to someone else. Well, I know somebody that went through the same thing as you, and now they're dead.
Yeah.
And now they
Yeah.
have this, or now they have that.
Nothing's positive about it. Yeah.
Huh?
Unless they're going to say, I know someone who went through that and now they're better because of,
So, yeah.
but for the most part, people, they focus on the negative.
for the most part,
For the most part.
and
yes.
that's what's so good about this particular thing, not focusing on the negative.
Right.
I mean, sometimes that's just all you can focus on. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if we're all healthy girls right now, thank God, right? And so we should be focusing on the positive things in our life, like having the diary, rather than, and that was true of this meeting this morning, but I know a friend, or I had a friend, and I was, by the time that there were just about 3 sentences coming out of her mouth, and I was like, no, this isn't the meeting for that. So, how about taking risks?
Like, what kind of risks?
Well, I'll give you,
Risky risks.
Risky. Yeah, that's the
well,
only kind of risks.
there's certain things in life. Let's say I took a big risk by exposing myself in the play. It took a big risk to do that. That was very difficult to do, very difficult to watch your own life right before you. And that was a real risk, but I have to say it was a good thing. When you see, and maybe people don't know that watch the show, there was a play about me, and a real actress played her, or played her. Yes, I was that detached. And I feel like I learned a lot from that play. And when I say something and somebody will say to me, yeah, you can't do that. You can't make that decision again. And I was like, oh no, I can't write. Because I should have learned just being able to watch it. If you could watch yourself, any one of you, your life being played out on stage, you would learn some lessons, and you would also, I believe, maybe feel good about yourself because of the strides that you have made. You know, and
Definitely.
right?
You should,
Yes.
Well,
for what you've done.
yeah, it's amazing that I am sitting here talking to you for so many reasons. Now, see, they say here is choose to be happy. If nothing is wrong in your life that isn't life-threatening or, you know, I mean, irritations are irritations. You know, that guy who cut you off or didn't give you the wave when you let him out or whatever. You don't know what's going on in anyone else's life. It is amazing, a video I saw, and it said the guy's driving to work and he's having, you know, the coffee guy is wrong, that this is, you know, somebody didn't give him the wave, someone, you know, there was all these things, and it turned out that the lady had just, her kid was sick and she was just, you know, not thinking, and the guy just lost his job, and I mean, the list was endless because you're not walking in other people's shoes. So
And you aren't the center of the universe.
you're not the center of the universe.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know. That was a hard one to accept. From day one. From day one, though, that's the way my parents acted in the first 6 years of my life. And then that was all over.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wow.
I mean, my birthday's July 3rd, and on July 4th, every year we would come to Connecticut because my father was in the Air Force, so we'd come here for a month, and they would have the big 4th of July party, but it would be a birthday party for me. So I always thought the fireworks were for me.
You. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that can really take a lot out of your life right there.
Yeah.
But now I realize that that's not true. I am not the center of attention every second, as I'm the only person on camera. It makes me laugh really hard. But I choose to be happy to the best of my ability. Not everything in my life is perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I choose to be happy as long as I'm healthy. I don't. The rest of it, I have to fight tooth and nail to put a smile on my face, and I'm going to do that. You know, because the opposite is just too difficult. Being distressed every minute is too difficult, and you're too difficult to be around.
And it's not healthy to be
Right.
distressed and miserable and unhappy. It's just not healthy.
No, it's not healthy.
I
Because
mean, it shows on your face and it ages you and
if that isn't enough reason right there, it ages you.
makes you look old.
It makes you look old. It does.
It does.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that they have a natural scowl, you know, and if they would just smile a little bit more instead of having that look on their face that I'm always worried something's, you're always going, this is the worst thing probably to say to somebody, but you know, what's the matter? And you go, nothing. You look tired. Oh,
Boy.
I know. Okay, I look tired. You know what I mean? It's just, you have to, I don't think you should ever say that to anyone. Honestly, if they want to say what's going on in their life, I think you can let them. You know, I'm always here for you. That's the best you can say. But, you know, but saying you look tired or you don't look happy or you're sad, what's the matter? All of a sudden, don't you feel sad? Like
Yeah.
you should have something sad to say to this person. You should, you know, and you could come up with stuff just like that if I wanted to. No, I'm not tired. I slept 8 hours, but apparently to you, I look tired. Okay, here's the last one I'm gonna say. Forget milestones. Stop with that date. When my son passed away, I never remember the date. Have no clue of the date. But I'll get phone calls. How you doing today? Well-meaning friends, really, and relatives. They mean well. And I go, I'm fine. How are you? And they'll say, oh, we just wanted to check in with you ever so thoughtfully to remind you about the death of your son.
Oh, nice.
Pretty much is what is
Yeah.
coming on. We have to stop celebrating the deaths. We have to start remembering the good times. There were good times in our life. I want to remember those memories. Sometimes I'll just close my eyes and I remember being in Hawaii, which wasn't the best trip I ever went on, I'll tell you that right now. But that's just another thing. But sitting in Hawaii by myself on the beach writing in my journal, I will close my eyes and sometimes feel as if I'm right there. Of course, I have the waves in the background on a CD, so that helps. And I will just close my eyes and feel the sun on me, feel the kind of great feeling I was feeling. Sometimes you have to transport yourself to a better place in order to. So we have to just forget those milestones. Or, you know what? Listen, I know people feel pain when they've lost loved ones. I know how that feels. But, you know, you can't say it's been 7 years today, it's been 10 years today. You just bring up the whole sorrow all over again. Maybe some people it makes them feel better. Do you think it could make them feel better?
I think for some people it just keeps that loved one fresh in their memory. You know, I have a friend, she lost her son last summer, 25 years old, and she keeps going back to the spot where he died, and I keep saying, that's such a negative place to be, but she feels better when she's there.
Well, I think there's something to be said for that. I do believe that's true, as long as it is a good thing for her. But generally speaking, I want you to remember the good times.
Right.
Try to relive those in your head.
And that's what I try telling her too.
Okay, now I have to go because we're already out of
Out of
time. But I knew this would be good for us. So please try to have a positive attitude to the best of your ability this week, and certainly have a healthy week. Bye.
Yay!
Yeah. You know what? 15 years ago today, oh my God, I don't want to know it. So often I have just completely...
Did I remember his birthday? I mean, that was a joyous occasion.
They
for
never
you.
call on his birthday. They only call on the
To
day
have
he
you
passed
remember
away.
when you brought him into this world.
Yes, no.
That would be a much happier memory,
Yes.
to remember giving birth to your son and
Yes.
not
Well, it would
burying
be
him.